Marie Dorian's story transcends mere survival. It embodies a profound narrative of courage, resilience, and the complex fabric of early American life, particularly for women who often remain unrecognized for their critical roles in shaping history. Born to a French-Canadian father and a Native American mother, Marie grew up within a unique cultural milieu that profoundly influenced her identity and experiences. Though she was a member of the Iowa tribe, the specifics of her early life remain shrouded in mystery, including her Native American name, which has been lost to time. Historical accounts suggest she was baptized as a Roman Catholic during her youth, a reflection of the cultural blending that characterized her existence and the turbulent times in which she lived. In her teenage years, Marie married Pierre Dorian, a man of mixed heritage who was part French-Canadian and part Sioux. Together, they settled in what is now South Dakota, where Pierre established himself as a fur trader. Unlike many women of her era, who were typically confined to domestic roles, Marie actively participated in her husband's endeavors, accompanying him on trading routes that spanned what would eventually become the states of Missouri, Nebraska, Iowa, North and South Dakota, and Arkansas. This partnership was significant in a time when women were often overlooked, showcasing her strength, capability, and the vital role she played in their shared livelihood. Her involvement in these arduous journeys highlighted a remarkable tenacity that would serve her well in the years to come. In 1811, when Pierre was hired to join John Jacob Astor's ambitious Astoria expedition, Marie's life was poised for a historic transformation. This expedition aimed to expand Astor's fur trading empire into the uncharted territories of the American West, aiming to establish a foothold that would rival British and Canadian fur traders who had already carved out their domains. Pierre was enlisted primarily for his fluency in several Sioux dialects, a skill he inherited from his Sioux mother, and his father, Pierre Sr., had served as an interpreter for the famous explorers Lewis and Clark, further solidifying the family's legacy. In the chronicles of American exploration, as Marie prepared to embark on this monumental journey, she was already the mother of 2 young boys, aged 2 and 4. Her determination to join the expedition, despite the formidable challenges that lay ahead, illustrated her indomitable spirit. However, the journey began on a grim note, highlighting the darker aspects of her marriage. At one of the initial stops, an altercation erupted when Marie expressed a desire to remain with the Osage people they encountered. Pierre's violent reaction, a severe beating that forced her to flee into the woods, revealed the complexities of their relationship and the tragic domestic violence that was all too common for many women during this era. Nevertheless, her decision to continue with the expedition, carrying the burden of raising her children in such a hostile environment, showcased her remarkable resilience and unwillingness to yield to despair. The expedition, under Astor's leadership, was a well-funded venture, yet it was fraught with mismanagement and logistical challenges. The leadership was inexperienced, and poor timing plagued their preparations, resulting in significant delays. By the time Pierre was officially brought on board, the expedition was already several months behind schedule. With a fresh team assembled, they finally set out. Astor's ambitious dreams of monopolizing the fur trade remained unrealized. Due to a lack of adequate preparation, the expedition departed with an insufficient number of horses, necessitating that most animals be utilized as pack animals. Pierre managed to secure one for himself, leaving Marie to walk alongside him, often with their youngest child strapped to her back. This dynamic exemplified the inequities Marie faced as she navigated both motherhood and the demands of their expedition through rugged wilderness. As they traversed the harsh landscape and reached a Snake River, a tributary of the Columbia, the expedition transitioned from land to water, trading their remaining horses for canoes. This shift proved treacherous, culminating in tragedy, when one expedition member drowned and a significant portion of their food supplies was swept away by the current. This catastrophe forced the party to continue on foot, with Marie enduring the physical strain of traveling alongside her children, showcasing a level of strength that would become a hallmark of her character. Despite her burdens, she kept pace with the rest of the group, maintaining a stoic demeanor even when her own needs were not met. Eventually, Pierre was able to procure a horse for Marie, allowing her a brief respite from the grueling trek. Remarkably, Marie was also 8 months pregnant at this time, a fact that underscores her tenacity. It is likely that she did not initially realize her condition when they set out. But as the journey progressed, turning back was no longer an option. As December approached, she gave birth to her third child, a significant event that unfolded in the inhospitable wilderness. The hardships faced by the expedition were reflected in the desperate circumstances of the group, as they contemplated the unthinkable, slaughtering her horse for food. In a moment of compassion, they ultimately voted against it, allowing Marie to keep her means of transportation for a while longer. The birth of her child amidst such extreme hardships was both a triumph and a tragedy. Unfortunately, the infant born in such dire conditions would only survive for 3 months, after encountering a group of Mutila women in the Grand Ronde Valley who provided nurturing support. In an effort to care for both Marie and her ailing child, Marie's strength was once again put to the test. While she recovered, the infant did not, marking a profound loss in Marie's tumultuous journey. The emotional toll of this experience was immense, yet it would not be the last challenge she faced. In July 1813, about a year and a half after the conclusion of the expedition, Marie set out with her family once more, this time heading to present-day Idaho for a beaver trapping mission. During this period, she and her children stayed at a base camp, while Pierre worked at a more distant, trapping location. Life seemed relatively stable, until an alarming warning came from a friendly Shoshone man. A band of Bannocks was reportedly moving through the area, systematically destroying trappers' camps. The absence of modern communication methods forced Marie to rely on her ingenuity and determination. She mounted her horse and bravely rode for days with her children to warn Pierre of the imminent danger, embodying the spirit of a true pioneer woman. However, upon reaching her husband's location, Marie discovered the devastating reality that awaited. Pierre and nearly all of his party had been ambushed and killed. Only one man, Guy Leclerc, remained alive, but he was gravely wounded. In a moment of profound bravery, Marie strapped Leclerc onto a horse and navigated her way back to the base camp, through 3 brutal days of winter storms. Despite her efforts, Leclerc succumbed to his injuries during the journey, a heartbreaking loss that compounded her grief and left her feeling isolated and vulnerable. When Marie returned to the base camp, she was met with a horrific sight. The inhabitants had been slaughtered, mutilated and scalped. This shocking discovery left her alone, with her children, in a desolate and dangerous environment. Driven by desperation and a fierce maternal instinct to protect her children, Marie ventured into the winter wilderness, determined to find safety for 10 harrowing days. They traveled through deep snow, and when progress came to a halt, due to the harsh conditions, Marie built a makeshift shelter from wood and animal skins. Survival posed yet another grim challenge for Marie. With food supplies quickly dwindling, she faced the unthinkable decision to kill their 2 horses, rationing the meat to sustain her family for an incredible 53 long days. As spring arrived, she and her children resumed their journey on foot. Just as they thought relief was within reach, they were caught in a sudden blizzard, compounding their struggles. With her children's feet bloodied and their strength fading, the situation seemed dire. In a final, desperate act to ensure her children's survival, Marie dug a hole and lined it with fur, placing her sons inside for warmth. Then she set out on her own, driven by an unwavering hope to find help. Her plight did not go unnoticed. She was eventually discovered by members of the Walla Walla tribe, who took her in and organized a rescue party for her children. After a harrowing ordeal, Marie was finally reunited with a group from Fort Okanogan, which relocated her and her children to safety, a bittersweet ending to a tumultuous journey. After the tragic loss of Pierre, Marie's resilience shone through once again. She remarried twice, first to Louis Joseph Vanier, with whom she had a daughter. However, Vanier was later murdered. A harsh reminder of the dangers that lurked in the rugged frontier life, yet, as the saying goes, the third time's a charm. Marie found love again with Jean-Baptiste, and together they had 2 more children. They settled near St. Louis, Oregon on the French Prairie, where Marie earned the affectionate nickname Madame Iowa. This new chapter in her life marked a period of relative stability, a stark contrast to the relentless challenges of her earlier years. Marie Dorian's life was not just about her survival, it was about the legacy of strength she left behind. She lived into her early 60s, passing away on September 5, 1850. Her grave is located just outside St. Louis Catholic Church in Oregon, a resting place that honors her remarkable journey and the trials she faced. Today, a plaque in the Blue Mountains commemorates her extraordinary life and the immense challenges she overcame, reminding us of the untold stories of women who shaped the course of history through sheer resilience and tenacity. Marie Dorian's story serves as an inspiring testament to the human spirit, capacity for perseverance in the face of relentless adversity. Her experiences challenge us to reflect on our own resilience and capacity for survival, reminding us of the many unsung heroines in history, whose stories deserve to be told. As we remember Marie, we acknowledge not only her struggles, but also the legacy she left behind. A legacy of strength, courage, and the unwavering spirit of a woman who defied the odds and shaped the course of history in her own right. Her life reminds us that the narratives of women like her are essential to understanding the complexities of American history and the multifaceted roles women have played throughout it. How do your survival skills compare to those of Marie Dorian? Let us know in the comments below.